All right.
Macintosh. Great. Good work on me.
It looks frozen, but it says we're live. All right, well, I don't know.
It's frozen.
Yeah, it says live and it's also frozen. So, hello, public. Oh, now it's moving.
All right.
All right.
Right. All righty. Let's get started. Let's start with our pledges to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. You almost tripped me up there. And I should have moved a little bit. I was kind of pledging to the back of Allison's head.
Man.
All right. Let's do a roll call.
All right. Commissioner Ignashek.
Here.
Commissioner Heinemeyer.
Here.
Mayor Nolan.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right. So we will call this meeting to order. Under announcements, I have some housekeeping things to review, but here's our check report. It's much shorter than it has been.
Are we running out of money or what?
Oh, no. No, not at all. But last month it was kind of long because we had a lot of expenses relating to, events and stuff. So here's, if you want it. Oh, we got a rather healthy sales tax deposit, $5,300, almost $5,400 there. And then we got our additional mixed beverage tax receipts of $318. One thing that I had a question on here, and I don't know if you had told me anything, there was an Amazon for $44.72. Was that like ink? Well, no.
I bought a few things. I bought a file organizer to go on the side of my desk where there's just been papers laying all over. And then I got some new magnets after things keep getting blown off.
Yeah.
And one other thing.
And it was all through Amazon?
It was.
Okay, cool. So it's City Clerk Supplies.
Sorry if I didn't. I should have.
You might have told me or let me know, but when I'm looking at the numbers and everything else kind of flies out. Folders, etc. Clerk Supplies. Okay, I'll update that. Right now I have it under miscellaneous because I didn't know what category it fit in there. Our interest went down just a little bit, but there was only 29 days in February, so that impacted it a little bit. One thing that that I've done that I didn't reflect on here, but our checking account, which we get no interest on, it's right now at $34,000. I put $2,000 over into Texas class every month, so I just went ahead and moved $10,000 over. We can get it out anytime we need to, but it's sitting in the checking account, receiving no interest.
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and put $10,000 over into Texas class, and we'll start getting interest on that. It's all still in the city's money account, so it's just moving money around to take advantage of interest rates as they are right now. See, I didn't get here early enough to pay that. Any questions about anything on here? Like I said, it's kind of a short one, kind of a normal sized one, I guess, on here. I'm not sure why ours was was a 65% increase over the one from last year, and it was not across the board to other cities in Guadalupe County that there was some of them were less than this time last year, so I'm not exactly sure why we had such a healthy one this time, but I'll take it. So, other things going on. So I think I put out there how to get a text. So when you posted something today, I got a text message. I think if there's any post to the message board, you get a text.
I'm gonna have to contact you to have personalized help.
That will work. That will work fine. Yeah, it's not. It's a lot of steps to get it going, and then once it's done, it's done.
Well,
Let's
I've
get it
done
done.
it 3 times, but it still wasn't done. That's
I
okay.
figured that's who was
That's-
posting. I can't hear out of my left eye.
Yeah.
I've done it. I'm to the end of my rope, and now I can't even hear out of my left eye now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I get in on that tutorial.
absolutely, because it really does. I'm like, ding! Oh, there's something on the message board. I don't have to be checking and missing things.
I can get it on my email, but I can't get it on my commission email,
Okay,
and that's my problem, I guess.
yeah, we can get it set up.
Okay.
So it really does make it nice. I had an item on here, I don't believe I talked about it last time, which was, because I had it on the last meeting minutes, my scribbling, about the areas around the auxiliary field, the 5 mile. There is in the statute regarding release from an ETJ, there's an item in there that you cannot be within 5 miles of a military base. And so we had a question whether the auxiliary touch and go field was military base. There's no barracks, or it's just where the planes touch down. They land over at Randolph, or at somewhere. So I contacted Senator Betancourt's office. He is the sponsor of that bill, Bill SB 2038, excuse me. And their office said that it would constitute where they do training. And so, yeah, there is no ability to be released from an ETJ if you're in that 5 mile radius of that. I asked him, or asked his office, if there is any other way to be released from an ETJ if you are within 5 miles, because it comes up to 10. When you're looking at a 5 mile radius, it's big. And he said at this time there is not. So anybody, you can be automatically engulfed in an ETJ if it's around a military base, but you cannot be released from an ETJ if it's around a military base.
But a city can still voluntarily relinquish their claim to or release their ETJ designation of that area on their own. The military doesn't require them to stay in ETJ. It doesn't allow them to release. Or does
Yes, it does not allow a property owner to be released from an ETJ.
That's this particular bill.
Yeah, through this bill.
Okay.
So
Yes.
yes, or
Yes.
not mine to say, but
So,
Frank, you're basically right. They
through
can still go
one of
through
our
the other-
petitions, the people within a 5 mile radius cannot petition a city to be released from their ETJ if they are within the 5 mile radius of a military base.
But the city can release them on their own just because they want to.
I don't know the statutes on that, but
Yeah.
it
Okay.
could be.
All right.
How would that involve? How would you?
They said the Department of Defense
Yeah,
required that.
yeah.
And they,
Yeah. that they can't be released if they're within 5 miles.
But when you say Seguin could do it, you're just talking very hypothetically.
Yeah. I'm
Even-
just, I don't think,
Both sides.
I can't imagine why the military, if there was no ETJ to begin with, why would they require them to stay in an ETJ if it is in one?
Right.
I don't
Right.
understand. But
Proximity to military USA.
So at least we have
Is
the
how
answer
they
on that,
stepped in.
whether that is considered a base and of the 5 mile of Randolph Auxiliary Field. We got a new map from Road and Bridge, showing all of our city limits and the ETJ. I have sent and I also got the shape files for the map, this map. I've sent those to GVEC and to Bluebonnet because that affects franchise fees. I also did the shape files and ordinances to the Texas Controller's Office for this because that affects sales tax revenues for us. I also did the Census BAS survey, the boundary and annexation survey, and there I'm having, I can do a paper copy. I'm trying to do the GIS shape files, upload for that, and I'm talking with a person with that, but we can file a paper copy. Maybe they have to send us the right paper for that, to file a paper copy with the census. And I think I saw on the appraisal district where those 3 properties in the corner are not showing in city limits in the appraisal district, and so I will contact them and see what the deal is on that. I did, as I'm getting all this lined up, then I will contact the mapping department with the city of Seguin and have conversation there about what the maps of the Seguin ETJ should look like based upon our ETJ release and annexations that have been completed since 2019 that they don't have on there. And that's it for housekeeping. Okay,
Great.
all right.
Sure, nice report.
Any further announcements?
I thought I'd mention that I turned in that, I CC'd y'all when I turned in that application for money for the rainwater program.
Is that the one that you and I went over
Yes.
slightly? Yeah.
With Monica De La Cruz's office.
Yeah.
So I got an email that said we got it, thank you, so,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, they got the
Crossed.
application.
They got the
Okay.
papers,
Yeah.
who knows, but it's in the works.
All right.
Fiscal year 2025.
That'd be lovely.
Excellent, excellent work.
Thank you.
It's, jump
They won't
in
give
and,
it if we don't ask.
that's right.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen the Monica De La Cruz signs up in Seguin right now. I thought, is she in a runoff? Because they're supposed to be down if you're not.
Well,
I'm
I've
not
seen
sure
a lot
who all's
of
in a runoff
posters
right
that
now.
are still up.
Wait a minute.
She is in a runoff.
I don't
It doesn't
think
have to
so.
be a runoff in her case because you have the other party.
Right. but-
So that's
Oh,
not,
that's right, she's still, it's a primary election, she's still
Right.
running.
Right.
the
you can
general
leave your
election.
primaries up through
If
the
they were signs up
general
till, through November of this year?
Oh, okay.
November of this year. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
However, some other candidates I noticed theirs are still up and
Right.
I was actually gonna call and volunteer to go take his signs down. I haven't done that,
Well, I was
but
thinking
I'm
we could
lazy.
contact Monica De La Cruz. You know, we'd be glad to take your signs down as convenience in consideration of that. Just a thought.
Let me write you a check.
Yeah. Item number 2, public comments or discussion. Any items outstanding that's not already on the agenda?
I have one question,
Yes,
just
sir.
in general. The group, the people with the public disclosure, what was it? Openness of our government.
Open
Oh.
meeting act.
Good government accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability, okay.
I had a note that said they were supposed to send a notice or some kind of a mail out. I don't know if it was just to us or to the general population, introducing themselves to the area and that we were part of the accountability
TGA.
effort. Yeah, and I don't remember ever receiving anything or hearing anything about it. And my
Yeah,
note
I
said
never got
that
it.
they
We
were
took that picture
gonna
of us
send it,
and-
yeah, and it was something we could post on our website maybe.
Yeah.
Is this the organization,
Let me see. I mean,
so that we
I just-
agreed to?
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
are
We
Free
signed
to
it.
join, but
there are
They made it!
there is a lot of email that comes in through like the Kingsbury account. A lot of it. Well, a lot of it has to do with anytime you have an active website, you know, people start. They got robo
Yeah.
things that go out there and hit it. So a lot of. I don't know if you ever look at the Kingsbury emails account. A lot of robo stuff in there.
Yeah. I don't have the.
Do you need
login
janitorial
for
services?
the-
Would you like help with your website? Do you need?
Yeah.
You get some on our message board, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did.
That was
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to delete things from the message board, but
Oh, yes, it should anywhere. But yeah.
You can, as an admin, yeah, you can like.
I thought they were supposed to send us something to the general,
Let me-
general population to kind of explain what we've done, what it was, what it
Yeah.
And the reason I brought that is because
Oh,
I
you're
saw
on next to Udo, okay.
the T&L
I'm gonna let
newsletter. There's a thing about
The table is not full.
the state attorney, comptroller
Over the chair, lady.
issuing
Did you find out?
like a game, but recognition for the openness of your government. And it was just like use a new star on your city's name for things like broadcasting your meeting and archiving it.
yeah, well, that'd be great to find out.
But it
from
sounds
them.
like it's like one of those little contest things. They give you gold stars for your city from the
Okay, the agenda.
comptroller's office. But some of it was kind of interesting, but but that brought that thing to my mind, because it was the same kind of deal. There were open accountability of your operation, and whatever reason, the article I read from Dallas was, they got #1. I said, well, they can't be any more open than we are.
No.
Surely not.
Did you see the next question?
But I don't know if we want to play that game anyway.
Well, I'll
But-
look through and see if there's anything
But,
there
yeah.
that.
It's, because I was thinking, I'm still kind of iffy about what we agreed to do, I know in general, but, I think everybody generally in the public,
Yeah.
not to include.
Well, I think 99% of it, we had already,
I know.
it was all part of our normal
Mhm.
activities and business activities. One thing that we didn't do was the
Yeah.
recording, which we're doing now. So, I think it wasn't like wasn't going to be any kind of big change for us, if anything.
No, it wasn't.
Any change at all.
But like I said, I think they said they were going to send something out, and my impression was for the general public to be aware of what it was. And that's still kind of like I'm on a kick about awareness in the general public of what we're doing here and what they can do here
Yeah.
and what it's all about.
Yeah,
I don't know if PC.
yeah.
We never did want a PC.
No, we never. I'll double check
Yeah,
on that
okay,
and
just-
see. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good
it's not a
point.
big deal, but
That's a
okay.
good point. All right. Item number 3,
That's what they're discussing.
review of public documents. Area residents needing help with ETJ annexation or other paperwork may present it now. Wow.
Just in time.
Ah,
Do you have some? I also did take, I took some in, last week? I took some more in today, to the, city clerk while I was there getting our map and bridge and everything, so.
Now, do you know if the shop is in the ETJ?
Their shop is in.
Is it in the city?
Is it in the city limits of Kingsbury?
We're paying
Yes.
8.25.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This is the new map. Picked it up today, and you are somewhere in here. You are right there.
So we're in the city, okay.
Yes, you're in the
That's
Kingsbury.
Okay, then these other two, then we need from where we live.
Okay.
They're filled out, but I don't know, I probably need to be notarized, whatever. I don't know what else needs to be done on this.
Okay.
We're completely illiterate on paperwork.
Well, it's not the easiest thing to completely understand. So, and I'm doing better at now of recording everything, because mostly I was doing it as a service, you know, just handing it in for people, and I think some people are nervous about, yeah, I'll need signatures. Some people are nervous about, you know, handing stuff in to City Hall or something, you know, it's not something you normally do, so, and making sure they had all the paperwork, and I'm like, well, we can get all that in for you, and I can turn it in for you. I wasn't like, you know, something that the city of Kingsbury, you know, was tracking or whatever,
Not
so I'm like, I
soliciting.
can turn it in for you.
Because that would be,
Going by there, I'll turn it in for you. And so I hadn't really been keeping up with what had, you know, what we had been submitting. You know, I look on the Seguin agendas to see, you know, what's gone through. But that was before. Now I keep good records of
Okay.
of the properties that have been requested and released from the Seguin ETJ. So.
how are you?
Yeah, we can, you
Well-
know what, after the meeting, we can go and get notarized, or well, I don't know, you're probably not gonna stick around that long. But, cause I have my stuff over at the store, so we could, if you're gonna hang around, we could stop over there and get it all notarized and get it all set for you.
How long do you think that'll,
How long?
how long before we, yeah, it'll be here a little while yet, right?
We'll be here our agenda is rather short this time, so
Okay.
it's not too.
45 more minutes probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too-
Yeah. Or if y'all just wanna stop by the store, like 8 o'clock or so.
Well, it's hard for us to catch you there.
Well, I will be there. If you're gonna be there, I will be there. I'm there usually every evening at 8 to help, you know, close down,
Oh,
so
at
they're not
8
alone.
close
So
down.
there's not a single person closing down, so I'll be there at 8 anyway. I've been planting flowers, so I gotta water those. Okay, so good. So,
Art is chiming in on Facebook and,
yes, he called.
oh yeah. He said, I can call in with, update on Accountability Association if council wishes. Do y'all want him to do that?
Sure. Yeah, he called and I was like, I wonder if that's what he's calling about. Yes, you can tell him to call. I guess he's on,
the-
he must be
Facebook.
He must be
watching.
hearing you right
Do it, call them. Call back.
He
can
also
call
says, FYI, City of Odessa is voting to join TGAA in 2 weeks. Is that what it is, TGAA? Is
Yeah,
that-
TGA, Texas Government Accountability
Okay,
Association.
cool. He also said, I found y'all on TikTok, which I'm very curious what that is. Okay, that's all I have from that.
shared broadcast.
Also, while we're here, I think y'all said last meeting to add an agenda point for paperwork like this, but what do you think is the best way to handle that? Like, I didn't know that I wanted to put it at the end of the meeting because we never know when the end of the meeting is going to be, you know, and then I didn't know.
For paperwork like what?
Well,
For
like
turning in
this,
paperwork.
you know.
Oh,
We're on the agenda
Because I
right
thought
now,
we
it's
were
the
going
right timing.
to do that, just offer the opportunity to come to our meeting monthly. If they wanted to do things like this, or they didn't do the other one, or they weren't sure, or they had questions, come up here. But I thought we'd do it like right here where we are now, like number 3 or 2.
Okay.
But
Well,
can
so
you-
then y'all like this or not?
I mean, I guess that would be a question for
Are you
Shirley,
there?
if she can bring her notary
Yeah.
bag.
Okay.
Good, how are you? Let me put you on speaker, hold on.
This is Art.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Art, you are on speaker.
Hi, everybody. How are y'all doing?
Hey, how's it
Evening.
going?
Hi.
And
I'm
for,
actually watching y'all on TikTok of all places.
It's bizarre.
So was there something, a notification of some kind supposed to be sent to us or to the general population? Or you don't know?
That is correct. The issue has been everyone else has been gun shy this time. But the good news is the city of Odessa is going to join, and it's on their agenda in a week and a half, something like that. And then we've got a few others lined up. Everybody wanted Odessa to go first, kind of a thing. And so they were just waiting. They didn't want to send it out because it's not officially association until there's two to join, right? You need two. So that's been the delay. But I'll get with Darren and let them know to expedite it now that we got other
So-
folks joining.
all
Are you
right,
saying we're the first city to do this?
To commit.
I'm sorry?
Were we the first city? You said you needed 2 cities. Were we the first?
is Kingsbury the first city to join?
You were the first to fully execute it, yes.
Fully
Holy
execute?
moly. Interesting.
Oh.
We'd like a gold star for that.
Public record.
We would like a gold star for that, please.
Frank wants a gold star on the website.
Okay.
Are you
Absolutely.
Yeah.
are you familiar with
Number one.
Yeah.
Art?
As is not surprising, everyone else, everyone thinks it's a great idea, and then it gets over to like a TML training city manager or something, and then, well, wait a minute, we don't need to.
All right.
Sorry, it's not.
Yeah.
So that's been what.
This is our co-counsel for the city of Kingsbury on the phone.
Thank you.
Good.
Living in the river, so they're good to go. And then we've got a lot of people that said, well, let Odessa go first, and then we'll go. Some people are shy. I don't know. But anyway, it looks like it has some momentum. So I'll follow up with Aaron
Good.
and Matt on that mailer because it is now timely.
Cool.
Yes, I mean, I have it on my notes to make sure I go through the email and see if there was anything that had already come in, because there's a lot of stuff that comes in, and I don't want to have anything missed that might have come in.
Right.
So. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.
Anything else we need to cover with Art?
Wait.
All right.
We're good. Good night.
Well, thanks, Art.
Cool.
All right.
Be sure to watch us on TikTok.
Yeah, watch us on TikTok.
Wait, tell me where to.
As long as it's fun, right? As long as it's
Joint associated works.
Yeah.
Normally I've been to drive out there, but I saw you guys and we won't know what's going on.
Before you go, what was the question?
Oh, I'm just curious how to find us on
How do we
TikTok.
find this on TikTok?
And you put us on TikTok.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what I want to know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm embarrassed to say I look at it sometimes, but you guys just pop right up.
Huh.
Cool.
The Chinese are spying, and they know.
And you're
Getting the
watching,
room now.
like they're streaming the whole. I thought TikTok was
No, this
only
was short burst, isn't
short
it?
things.
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you doing the whole meeting or?
Anyway, yeah, we're getting,
Yeah.
Okay, good night.
Thank you,
We'll find
Allison. Thank you, Allison.
All right. Thank you. All right. Oh, well, he said it's streaming the whole meeting.
Cool. All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Art. All right.
All
Bye.
right, we'll see y'all soon.
Okay. Bye.
We don't discuss anything about military, no bonds, no
Yeah.
plans.
You're not even allowed to use words like that.
Yeah.
Now you got the NSA involved.
All right.
Well, maybe they should be because, we're on TikTok.
All right.
It's not our doing.
Item number 4, old business consent agenda items, approval of the February 19th, 2024 regular commission meeting minutes and executive session minutes and notes. Any updates or changes required with that? All right, those will stand as read. Item number 5, discuss and consider Kingsbury Development Committee report and discussion.
We had no meeting, so we have no report. We have no results.
Okay, there was no meeting?
No, we
Okay.
skipped it.
Okay,
I was tired. Elena couldn't, Robert was, I don't know.
Okay.
unavailable, so he said, I don't want to skip it. There's nothing going on, there's no party planned anyway, so.
All right, well, the big things are being handled by you and the other item anyway, so good.
Yes.
All right, which we get to. Item number 6, discuss and consider update on plans for the Kingsbury Municipal Waste Transfer Station, sponsor Udo Stadtreier,
Yeah.
Kingsbury Waste Manager.
The last news is still only, we are waiting for the attorneys of the county to release that lease. Sam and I, we received telephone calls, but nothing is happening yet. So the county is slow, apparently.
Yes, you had,
I talked to Stephen Ties, the county attorney assistant, and he said that he is currently waiting. He said, in order to fill out the interlocal agreement, I have to put in the part about which, what property you're gonna occupy and how we're gonna fence off and separate all the rest of the areas, and they're still working on that. That he has not received the input from Road and Bridge, and he said, as soon as I do, I will send you I can fill out an interlocal agreement real quick as soon as I get that done.
Okay.
But he's waiting on.
I was gonna say, is it something we need to add to the interlocal we sent him, or is it gonna just?
No, he said, I'll try to get it to you as soon as I have it, but we don't have anything until Road and Bridge tells us what the parameters are. So I think the main part is they have to fence off the area, and I think we mentioned before, I think their concern is that they're trying to figure out if we're gonna have one access to two separate facilities, because there could, if we shut down, I can't remember what hours he said, but if we're probably gonna go till 5 o'clock, and if you guys are have the waste station open longer than that, then we need to have a way to lock down our facility and to, take care of that. So they're working out the parameters of the time when they're going to do it, but mainly I think it's it sounds like they're just demarking the area that is going to be Road and Bridge, and then the area that's going to be the waste station.
I'm losing track of when we mentioned things or not, but did I mention that Commissioner Gurman had talked to me, had called me in our last meeting?
Yes.
He's, did I? Okay.
I can.
He's the commissioner for precinct 3?
4, you
Four?
brought.
That includes the transfer station over in Marion.
He wanted to.
And he was,
Yes.
okay. And so he was wanting to know what we were doing so they could
He's just waiting for what
see
is
if,
happening with
yeah,
us. That
kind
they
of
can
letting
follow
us,
on
That's
yeah,
great.
plow the,
They
plow
use
the
us
road
as
there.
the lead
Yeah,
alpha dog, or whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
I have something to add.
yes, sir.
One day after we had the last commissioners meeting, I received a telephone call from Joaquin.
Yes.
Finally, well,
Yes.
do you or are you aware that the facility is not even operation yet? There is no existing facility where Joaquin is in San Antonio. So balconies, recycling, I think is that called, is not even operating yet. It's under construction. Construction finished approximately May, but probably later than that. So there is nothing existing. That means even when we make something with him, they have to haul it to Austin. And then here comes that what I call catfishing. You mentioned that they might pay us something for the recyclables. And I am always saying nobody is paying you anything, especially for trash. Even Robert was highly elated when he heard about, we can get money. There is no money involved. It costs you just less.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when you make a deal with Joaquin, you have to have a big amount of cardboard for him to come even out and pick it up for free. And this big amount of cardboard is at least a 53-foot flatbed, and it has to be baled. And this is when Matt comes involved. So Matt is now that one. He's fishing us in because he wants to sell us a baler because Joaquin can't provide a baler. And this is the point when I'm out. It's like, okay, the city of Kingsbury does not even has the money to do something like that. Oh yeah, we can apply grants for that. Sure, you try to get money out of the pocket of a naked man. That's what I'm going to say. There is no money, so how can you really get those grants? And if you want to run a business, I always say, you want to do that without the help of a bank. If you have to ask a third party for money, that third party is living off you, is making money with you. So I bailed out. I have the emails there. I'm not even interested. I'm not even reading that.
Okay, yeah. it was
Sorry to say that, but that is so far not of any interest for us.
It takes a
Maybe,
bigger operation.
yeah, let's start that first. Do that in small steps as we have planned, and if that goes bigger, take it from there.
And we maybe can get our own grants to set up. I mean,
We don't need it. We don't need anybody
Yeah.
to apply for those grants because Jessica can do that.
yeah.
Because
Watch out, Jessica.
the first person doing that is charging a fee for that.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
So we stepped into the next.
that was
Yeah, we sort of stepped into this
Yes.
one.
yeah.
Well,
They're
yes, I
very
was just gonna,
related.
Yes.
because I did go on vacation, right before I managed to get through to him, and then I know he spoke to you on the phone, but didn't hear anything back, so.
So, first back to anything further on just the waste transfer station in general? So we're just waiting so he's waiting on Road and Bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. And like I was saying, they're having some turnover at Road and Bridge, so that may add to any delays from them. So, okay. Item number 7, discuss and consider plan for a possible Kingsbury recycling program.
So, yes, thank you for that great information. Actually, he did email me in the beginning of the whole trying to hunt him down thing, links to recycling program grants. So I'm going to follow up on it and see, we'll go ahead and do what we can do, and then if we can get the grant money, because what we really need is a big baler or some way to collect it, and then,
If you want to bale it, where you want to store it?
Yeah.
But it has to be dry storage.
Tarp it and, or put it under a hanger, because when it rains wet, that is then triple the weight, and then I'm not really sure it's going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
I can get a baler on auctions. This is not a big problem, but then you need the power to operate the baler. Well, okay, it's also not so. It's just.
We have an account for government, the municipalities, so anything from office chairs to police cars to whatever ends, I'm sure that kind of stuff is on there, so, yeah, we could, get a baler at,
How do you haul those balers around?
I don't know.
Once you have that, then I have to have my bobcat or skid steer out there, because a bale of cardboard
you're
all of a
gonna
sudden
need skid steer.
is 1,000 kilograms, 2,000 pounds heavy. You do not do that with a pallet jack, especially not on that
Gravel.
asphalt gravel there. So you need a bobcat out there. Then somebody breaks in the next morning. The bobcat is gone. I don't know.
sounds like you're going to have
You're asking for
paid to.
you're asking for trouble then. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good with small steps, planning,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
incrementally work our way up.
Yeah.
We'll get to where our goal is.
We will.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll be paid for when we get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anything further on the recycling?
No, that is
Okay.
great information. Thank you. Good.
And maybe the recycling agenda item can drop off until
Yeah, I'd
there's
say so.
something,
Yeah,
until somebody says bring it.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
hopefully next time,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll look into grant dates and we'll
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
share.
But I mean, it
some
seems like
further around
Udo
it, yeah.
right now has a.
Yeah, he's got his
He's got
hands
it.
full.
I think it's resolved until,
Yeah.
and something changes.
I mean, if you
Resolved
can get
right
us
now.
off of Superior Disposal, no diss on Superior, but I just, I
Well,
just like
I-
taking my own darn garbage to the dump. Like, come on.
I think
I
know
like
what
them
it's-
coming
what
by
you
and
got
cleaning
to
it
do.
up every week.
Somebody has to haul it away
Yeah.
from the dump. This is
Yeah.
just a transfer station.
Yes,
And
it's a
whoever
transfer.
is doing that is charging you. And the prices from Travis are awesome.
Yeah.
I think they are.
I think we're all on the same page where we're trying to get this started, and then we'll build it and grow it.
Yeah,
If,
we will.
you know, if that,
If the need,
If
the
that-
need's there,
yeah,
we can
if,
meet the need.
if the ability and the need is there, we can build it and grow it, but it's just getting it started. We don't want to start at step 10 while we're trying to get step 1 going. Anything further there? All right, item number 8, discuss and consider interlocal agreement with subdivision regulation. And this is where we were
Yeah.
talking about, the interlocal, when we first incorporated, we did an interlocal with the county. I think it was with the EHS department, Shelley Coolman at the time, regarding our platting subdivision and,
On-site sewage.
yeah,
Yeah, wait,
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
and
Apparently
I
it
think
is,
in our list of
and we had not revisited
ordinances,
it.
yeah, it was, it said 1 year and not renewable.
So I found this copy of, it's not signed or anything, but it was on this city computer, and it says that it's from 2017, and it says will automatically be renewed for an additional year at the end of each contract year.
That's, you
So-
found that
Okay, so that would've been-
live paper or on?
As a
It
document on
was,
the
it was on the computer, and I printed it out,
Well, I saw
but
the one that signed, or the one that was the first one we had, was on our list of ordinances and resolutions,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
if I remember right,
I think that's what
the
it's on.
interlocal that we got was a document from the county that we then,
So
I can't
have
remember
they,
where I saw it, but I know I saw it.
they never sent it again?
And well, it said, the one I read, and I read it,
Yes.
but it was in that, or maybe I had some documents, it's on my computer, PDF files, but it said it was not renewable. It was for 1 year only,
Just-
not renewable automatically or something
so
like that.
what's the?
the date. I think this came in later. My
I
memory
think
is
this
not
is after
excellent, but
17
yes.
sounds late.
yeah, I'm
so
thinking
they
maybe
did
that was
change, and
15
that's
or
the update.
16.
I just wonder if we have it on file.
So this
That's-
is,
So
Well,
we've had like no.
had it without being on file.
Maybe we have, but somebody would need to have a signed copy of that thing somewhere.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what,
80/24.
many things that came in shortly to sign later. I mean, if it was only our side signature that needed to be on. That's how things in the past operated.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like this is something that we need to, at this point, do a little bit more follow-up, and just so we could get an answer,
It's like a notice.
for sure.
Have it on file, really.
Okay.
Is Ms. Coleman still with DHS?
But not Coleman anymore.
No, it's not Coleman anymore.
Married,
Um,
but it's still her.
yeah. Just hold on for just a second. Environmental Health Department regarding subdivision regulations within that. So here is our resolution R
Oh.
2017-9. This is our permanent record, and this one is signed.
That's a resolution, so
Yeah,
Well, it's a copy.
resolution approving the interlocal agreement. So it's not the interlocal agreement, it's the
Okay.
resolution
Okay.
approving the
Oh,
interlocal
okay.
agreement.
This
So
would
what
be-
we need is a copy of the interlocal agreement, which, sure, we have a digital copy somewhere. So yeah, there's no specifics
Okay,
in here, it's
alright.
just a resolution approving.
Because we had received response in paper form.
Well, I looked for a piece of paper about it, and all I could find was this thing on the computer. So
Yeah,
I looked
box.
through files and stuff, paper files, looking for it, but I couldn't. All I found was this with the computer
This
and with
agreement
all
will
the papers.
have an expiration date of 1 year, and this interlocal agreement cannot be
But I mean,
right,
you
so
know, cost
according to
going
our
anywhere, but
resolution.
I looked a lot in the little
Yeah, which is
filing
what-
cabinet,
That's
I
what I
looked a
saw.
lot on
Yes,
the
that's what you
bookshelf.
saw, okay.
There's nowhere else in
So
here.
maybe,
Yeah.
well, if we
Not a
have,
lot in
if
there.
there's a resolution, the county should have a copy,
Yeah,
no? Yes.
Well, we need to reach out to them anyway, I guess, to
Yeah.
get a new one.
We've lost
Good
our
point.
copy.
Can you give us a copy that we
We'll
lost?
drop a
Yeah.
new one then, and we'll send it over after we sign.
do you wanna get in touch with
I can.
them,
yeah.
that office? Okay. EHS? GCEHS, what is this? Guadalupe County Environmental Health and Safety. GCEHD, Environmental,
And the resolution was for plating and, or just, or you already have, I can look it up, I can look at it.
yeah, it's for, if I remember, there was 3 parts to it, if I remember, flood control, plating, and septic. Health Department, so GCEHD is Guadalupe County Environmental Health.
County accepted it.
I know you have one.
Not on it.
All right, anything from, so Frank is gonna follow up on that.
Mandates are specifications. Let's say this is don't which ones are.
All right,